Hello, it's me, Fanny. Welcome to another Text Thursday. And today I'm actually gonna do a book review for you guys. This book that I read a few months ago, and it is the first book in the series Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, as you can see. It's actually quite a nice book. Actually, it is a nice book. It is young adult. It came out in 2012, and it's gotten, I think the series is now 8 parts, and the latest came out less than a month ago, A Kingdom of Ash. I read this one maybe 2 months ago, a few months ago, I don't really recall. So, the story is that this girl, for some reason, she's in a prison camp. And at the start of the book, we don't really find out why, except that we know she's an assassin. And she's quite a successful assassin. She's been trained since childhood when her kingdom fell. And there's some kind of mystery to that. Magic exists in this world, but it's being thoroughly cleansed by the current king, King Dorian the First, Dorian Haviliard the First, and he's waging war on all the surrounding kingdoms, basically. So this character is obviously from one of these kingdoms, and the assassin that trained her, well, he brought her up to be a very well-rounded person, so she has a lot of different skills, not just that directly are necessary for an assassin, such as weapons training and things, but also she can play the piano, and she has a lot of different, very interesting skills and traits. So let's go into the characters. Obviously, there's Selena Sardothian, which this whole book is about. Obviously, I've said assassin several times now, and that is what she is. She's, I believe, 19 years old in this book, and obviously over the course of time that this series has been going on, she's been aging. Then there's the captain of the guard, Kale. Um, Kale Westfall. I quite like that name. It's a nice name. Props to the author for that one. And like I said, he's captain of the guard, and so he's responsible for what she does when she's not in the prison camp, and he has to keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't go kill the king or something, which she might be wanting to do, but yeah, we'll see. And then there's Dorian Haviliard II, I suppose, who is the crown prince. And he's the best friend of the captain of the guard, and they've been growing up together and been training together since forever. And these two guys being friends obviously sets up the plot very well for a love triangle that I think everyone will see coming when they start reading this. I mean, what would a young adult novel with a female lead be without a love triangle? Am I right? Maybe it would be nice once or twice if that didn't happen, but like, it's kind of predictable, but it's cute, and the characters are quite likable. Like, the crown prince isn't only like this very shallow person. He has a lot of nice traits, as do Kale. And then we have the courtiers there. I actually forgot their names and mixed them up. So there's basically a few other females around, a few other ladies in the series. The queen, I don't know. I don't even remember if she's there, but I think so. And then there is Nehemina Itger, which is quite a strange name because she's a foreigner. She's from one of these recently vanquished kingdoms, and she's very interesting, very well described, and she knows a lot of secrets. She's has some intrigue going on, and you really want to get to know her better when you're reading this. And she and Selena become quite good friends. Meanwhile, there are obviously rivals also in the court. Then we have the king, who is he's a tyrant pretty much. Not a very nice person at all. He obviously is conquering these other kingdoms. There's always war. He's yeah, it's prison camps. Like he's really oppressing the people who aren't doing what he wants. And he's quite good at suppressing rebellions, which yeah, it's he's not a very pleasant person. And then we have Duke Parrington, who is, as soon as he's introduced, you know he's an antagonist. Like, there's no question about it. But he has more depth than you might think from the start. And a lot is revealed over time that he's doing way more than you'd think. The setting for this is, I don't recall the name of the kingdom that it's in because there are so many different kingdoms and so many names. But the city is Rifthold. So they take her from the prison camp somewhere else and get her to Rifthold. And the whole premise of this book is basically it is similar to the Hunger Games in that there's a competition and a winner or the champion will be freed. And several different people or criminals or people of certain skills have been picked by different noblemen to be in this tournament because apparently the king um, has promised great wealth for the one who wins and certain pride. But there is something else going on with this tournament, it turns out. But I won't tell you what because spoilers. But it has something to do with the magic of the land. There's something more to this tournament than first meets the eye, and you'll get hints throughout that there's something more going on than just a tournament between several different noblemen. For several weeks leading up until the Yule festivities, there will be once a week a part of this tournament, like some type of competition. Um, Maybe they'll climb something. Like at several different stages or several different steps, Selena's skills will be tried to the utmost. Like she will not get a breakthrough while this is going on. And at the same time, she's been in a prison camp for about a year, and you don't find out until quite late why she's there. So they kind of keep quiet about that, or the author doesn't really reveal it to you until quite late in the book. And she's kind of traumatized by something that happened just before she was captured. Um, I'm not sure they've gone into that yet. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Like, it's a very nice way to ease into this type of series that it's grown into because it's easy to digest. It was inspired by the story of Cinderella, actually, which kind of shows in some ways and some ways not at all because she's an assassin, not just a girl who was locked away by her evil stepmother. So there are obvious differences. It is an original story, but there are elements from fairy tales that are picked out, and I quite like that because I'm a fantasy nerd. I will read anything that has anything to do with magic or dragons or whatever. I will read it. So there's magic in the world. There's something going on. The king is evil. He obviously has to be defeated at some point, and I have no doubt that it's Selena who will do it. And I look forward to reading the rest of this series. Thank you so much for watching, and please tell me about other series that you think I should read the first book of and do a review of, and put it in the comments down below. If you liked it, subscribe, like, share it with your friends, any book nerds who would like to watch this type of thing. I'm sorry about my grovelly voice. That just happened today. I don't know why. Have a nice day. Bye. See you next time.